What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Martin for here once again.
Oh gosh, y'all, I have butterflies. I'm gonna be just laughing randomly throughout this video just because we're here to acknowledge and review the show that crams the most amount of fuckery in 55 minutes. Oh wait, hold on, gotta close them. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season motherfucking 4, and on the first episode, bullshit all the way through. Not the bad kind, but the shit that's just like already on episode 1, Lord have mercy. And then they showed the damn like preview of what's to come throughout this. Man, I'm so happy I'm here with y'all. We gonna have fun this go round. So anyway, let's get into this premiere, y'all. First scene. Well, actually, was it the first scene? Yes, it was the first scene. Mimi and Stevie J in this club talking about she wants to manage artists with Stevie J as her partner. Now, Mimi, you've been labeled one of the dumbest bitches in the industry and probably the planet because of how much you dealt with Stevie J when you were together, how you dealt with Nico and his sex tape, and now, bitch, you are 3 for 3 with signing or trying to go back to where you came from and do more shit with Stevie J, thinking that somehow it's going to be different because he fed you an apology that you probably knew in the back of your mind was some bullshit. But since you were going through your emotional state right now with your daddy and that whole Nico thing, you just fell for it and thought all was good, bitch. But no, it was not. You got into this deal with motherfucking Stevie J, and they listening to some girl, Tiffany Fox, who, bless her heart, she was terrible. But anyways, moving on, it was not even about her. But let's get into the offer that Stevie J gave to Mimi, girl. He offered her a bottle of Stevie J's special sauce. Now, I had to look around and make sure that I wasn't in somebody's motherfucking McDonald's, because that's the only place where I know there to be special sauce. Now, any kind of special sauce that Stevie J is offering up, hell no. Ain't nobody got time for that. You basically just offered this bitch, trying to say that the first one was on the house. Girl, no. Stevie J, your sperm is not the most valuable commodity on the market right now. I'm sorry to say. But you just gonna offer, like, he's trying to make it better. Like, well, I'm not trying to bend you over and fuck you. I'm trying to say, do you want to have another baby? I'm like, the show, first scene, bullshit off the bat. And we'll move on to where Jocelyn? Because Jocelyn wasn't even in the fucking episode. Everybody is sitting here tuning in to hear her broken English and her whatever it is that she serves that we all live for. And the bitch wasn't even in there. She coming though, she coming. We meet this Jessica Dime piece, which I guess is the new cast that they're replacing Waka and Tammy with. But they're not in the intro. Did y'all see that they put Stevie J in the intro? How weird was that? Anyway, so Jessica Dime was a stripper who was apparently Little Kim's protege. Is that who that was? That was Little Kim's protege, or was it somebody else? I think it was her. And she used to be a stripper, but now she's not stripping no more. So, and Dawn and Carly Rae are trying to take her to be in Atlanta and blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, clearly you're going to go to Atlanta because you're sitting here being filmed by the production crew of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, not Love and Hip Hop Miami. So she's trying to be, oh, I don't know if I'm really going to go. Girl, this production crew is paying you coin to be on this reality show. You going. Don't try to sit here like you going to contemplate, girl. Anyway, so apparently her and Jocelyn used to dance back to girl, get your words right, bitch. her and Jocelyn used to dance together back in the day. There we go. And she was like, I don't know who Jocelyn Hernandez is, but she was like, I don't know what government name she gave out, Chantel Buttonlock or something shit that she said. And I'm just like, oh, you're giving out governments on TV. Oh, okay. So, and then this is good. This was the kicker. This is what had Twitter going up for like a few minutes, talking about some. Dawn can offer her, because she used to be a stripper. Dawn gonna offer her a job in Atlanta. I don't even say what it was exactly. I don't know if it pertained to music or whatever. She was like, I can offer you $30,000 a week. And I'm like, Dawn, first of all, if you can offer, if anything is doing $30,000 a week, then I'm clearly in the wrong field. I need to rethink my life choices and get into that business, because a week, bitch, that's most people's for a year. Okay, that's a week. And I'm like, wait, what kind of job could Dawn, of all people, be offering when she don't look? You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Next scene, we get to Mama D, child, Lord, bye, girl, Felicia, get the hell out my house. She is putting on this crown, but then yet in the next scene, when Erica come in, the crown is gone. I'm like, well, what's the point of that whole dramatic ass? Anyway. Erica basically comes in and say, hey, your son ain't paying child support. I'm gonna need you to get up on that. And Mama D goes back to the Bambi and Scrappy. And Scrappy's trying to say, don't try to tell me how to work with my child and this, that, and the fourth. I'm like, Scrappy, look, if you're behind on child support, don't be trying to make it like somebody trying to tell you how to raise your child. This is how the fuck you're supposed to do it. If y'all ain't gonna be together, then you're supposed to pay your goddamn child support. You can't just pay child support whatever the fuck you feel like. And she's gonna try to say, oh, they need to back off and let me do what I need to do for my child. Well, if you were doing what you're supposed to do for your child, you wouldn't be behind in child support. But we're gonna probably figure more about that later on. Rashida talks about how happy she is. Do we really give that much of a fuck? I don't. But Mimi, who was it? It was Mimi, Rashida, Erica, and who was the fourth bitch? It wasn't Carly Red. Damn, who was the fourth bitch? Girl, who wants something? Y'all watch the shit. Mimi and other girls were doing this sip and paint thing where they're supposed to be, I guess, sipping alcohol, chit-chatting, and painting the model. First of all, that model was busted. Okay, they could have, Love and Hip Hop, Mona Scott Young, you could have gotten a better stripper model, male, you could have something better. It just was not. It did not do it for me at all. That's when we start talking about who was it? Who was that spilled the tea? Erica talking about Scrappy is behind $50,000 on child support. Now, Scrappy, that's how I know you really on some fuck shit now, bitch. And he wasn't always on that, so some variable just recently changed, which they're guessing is the Bambi. And did you hear about Mama D? Mama D said her hooves, girl. This show, I have missed this show in all of its shenanigans and fuckery. Oh, Lord. So not Jocelyn, because Jocelyn wasn't in the episode. Rashida talks about how she and Kirk are getting along really well, but he has this new artist named Ashley who she's trying not to get jealous of or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, Rashida, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, girl. If he cheated on you once publicly and Mimi and Rashida just don't seem to want to get it. They just don't. They just don't. They just don't. So we get introduced to this new bitch, another new bitch. We've already seen, girl, what's her name? Jessica Dimepiece or whatever. And then we got this Ashley girl who we're going to get back to later. And now we got Margot, who is allegedly Nico's wife. Girl. Now, actually, in this particular scene, I like her thus far. She seems like she got some sense. Like, we was thinking that his wife was just some dumb bitch who just couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. But apparently they had an understanding. She's seeing somebody, he's seeing somebody. So, but then again, I'm just like, well, why get married if you're just gonna have an open relationship? Why not just be fuck buddies? Why, forge taxes and stuff together to do that? I don't understand it, but it's not my life, so I'm gonna proceed. But she seemed like she was pretty much level-headed, and again, he's trying to go up to New York where she wasn't, trying to convince her to come down to Love and Hip Hop, trying to convince her to come down to Atlanta. And again, you have a production crew all around you filming your ass, and you probably already got a check at this point saying that you're going to be on this show. Of course you're going to move to Atlanta. You're not going to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in New York. So, girl, we know you moving. I don't know why they even bother putting these scenes. I guess just to introduce the character, but still. Where we at? Nico admitted to the damn sex tape. Who didn't know that? Mimi and Stevie J are at this club, trying to see this, what was the baby name? Tiffany Fox, Jessica Fox, Vivica Fox, I don't know. The girl that they was looking into at the beginning of the episode. And he was like, well, I wasn't really seeing it too much for her in her rehearsal, but I'm going to come here and, see her showcase or whatever. And Mimi's down there with her friends. And Stevie J is up there toasted to the motherfucking moon. Like, he is drunk off his motherfucking ass. And he's down there catcalling at whatever the Foxy girl, Foxy Brown. And she's getting like everybody's getting all offended. He's just showing his ass, saying all sorts of shit, just being drunk. And it's just like, okay, now Mimi's sitting there getting frustrated. Again, talking about, oh, Stevie J's acting the fool. Stevie J's embarrassing me, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, girl, what do you think was going to change, Mimi? Why did you think that Stevie J was going to just all of a sudden act right? I don't get it, girl. Anywho, so now she's pissed at him for acting an ass, and they're supposed to be professional and all that shit. Then we get to probably the section of the hold on. Why am I still logged in here? Hold on. I don't want you bitches to see me. Anyway, we get to the most fuckery of the episode, and that is Kirk. And y'all know Kirk just exudes bullshit. It just emits from his being. And he go talk about he has this office. I didn't know offices came with kitchen and other appliances. But he's in this office having this meeting with his new artist. that Ashley bitch that we talked about earlier. And she comes in and she's like, ooh, this supposed to be an office. It's got a bed. It got a sink. Like, this, you got candle lights and shit, bitch. And we just looking at this TV screen like... Episode 1. Episode 1. He's already on that fuck shit. Rashida, if you don't dump this nigga by halfway through the season, then I just... Fuck being together for the children. There just comes a point in time where your dignity, you just have to pick that shit up off the floor and get it moving, bitch. So he's parading this girl around in his office. And he's talking about she done signed a deal with him, a 5-album deal. I'm like, who is she again? Like, has anybody heard of her? Like, somebody has at least heard of Jessica Dime from her association with Lil' Kim, but I can't speak for this hoe. But he's parading her around the house, got her in the damn bedroom, And he's like, I know I've been trying to do better and shit. Well, you're off to a great start. But he don't have the nerve. He gonna have the motherfucking nerve to be like, I have my wife's picture up in my office to show that I'm trying to do right. But yet you got this bitch taking off her motherfucking clothes. Mind you, Ashley's ass was flat as motherfucking flapjacks. I done seen on my timeline, they talked about her ass looked like she had some lumpy pillows. Her ass was just like drooped. I was like, she needs some Spanx or something. Something to lift. She needs, you know, she needs something to take her higher, okay? That's because, baby, it was low. It was not cute. And you know they only got like a half second of it, but all the world still saw that shit. Ooh, girl. So Mimi's doing this photo shoot, and then here comes her dumb moment number, who's keeping count. Nico comes in and starts talking about some, well, you can't really do no book without me because you owe me 25% of your book deal. And she's like, if you think you're getting any part of my book deal, this is a story about my life, and I am not going to allow you to get a single penny of what I've done. You know how Mimi be talking dramatic, but yet low as fuck. But she's like, well, you signed the contract, boo. You know. And then she gonna be at the damn confessional, be like, I may have signed the contract, but I was not in my right mind. If Nico thinks that he's going to get any part of this shit, he has another thing coming. But your dumbass still signed the contract. He can be as full of shit as he wants to be, but the bitch has the papers. Okay? The motherfucking squirrel from the Ice Age has the papers for 25% of your shit. Because you were too stupid not to read the damn fine print or just go into business with his ass in the first place. So I don't even want to hear it from you, Mimi. I don't even want to hear it. Where am I? Oh, Nico, child. I think I'm almost done. Am I almost done? Almost. But Nico, you know, as Mimi is cussing him out, he's trying to be all like, you know, I know you still probably want me. I know you still probably want to be with me, and it's okay. I ain't really got no beef, but, you know, I just feel like we should be good. He was giving off that vibe of, like, that ex that you have really no emotional attached to. You've moved on emotionally, but they still are holding on, but yet they trying to make it seem like you're the one that's still holding on. And they're like, I mean, I know you probably want to be with me, but, you know, we just got to move on. You got to let that go. Like, I'm going to still, you know, I'm going to try to be here for you, but you got to let that go, baby. Knowing damn well they probably want your ass, and you just sitting there like, bitch, I don't even think about you. You're not even saved in my phone. Like, that's what he was giving me. And I didn't write anything about that scene that Mimi and Stevie J had at the house afterwards. She was pissed at him, but the one thing that I did laugh at, I don't even know why it was so funny to me. She was trying to ask her, like, well, where the fuck is Jocelyn? Is she in jail? Is she at the motherfucking zoo? Like, where is she? And I was like, I don't know why the fact you call her Jocelyn, she was at the zoo, was so funny to me. I don't know why, but it was. Where are we at, Chad? Stevie J and Nico meet in this parking lot. Girl, Stevie J is talking about some basically, you ain't gonna do shit with this deal. I don't want you around my family. I'm gonna fuck your wife. All this, that, and forth. And Nico's just like, I'm gonna feed your daughter with this book money. And I'm trying to come out here and respect you on some bullshit. And I fucked every girl you've been with, I fucked first. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why do I feel like I'm watching two 5-year-olds right now? Like, it just felt like the biggest waste of time. And just like the biggest, just trying to up the ante over the other person, but neither one of y'all still look like shit in the end. Like, it was pointless. And then of course they're gonna cut it off at the end when he tried to fight him, like they did last time in the damn parking lot. When who was it that hopped over the fence? Was that Nico that hopped over the fence to get at Stevie J? I can't remember last season, child. But that was pretty much the episode, y'all. And I just saw the previews of what's gonna happen in this season. This is gonna be some grade A fuckery, and I am ready for it, okay? But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your boy Jamar84 here. Make sure you like, comment, and share the video if you enjoyed it. I want to hear what you thought about this episode. What did you think about this season premiere, and what did you think about Jocelyn not being in it? She coming though. She coming though. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And as I said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Did I say that? Well, if I didn't, I did now. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.